Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to episode number 35 of the Houston Astros franchise here in MLB The Show 20. Today is an AL Central road trip as we're on the road to face both the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox. So if you're excited for that one, make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below for more franchise content as we are on the road to 100 subscribers. On the mound for the Tigers will be one of their better pitchers on the season, Daniel Norris, as he has a 3.63 ERA. Tigers team ERA is well over 4.50 on the season. They are one of the worst teams in the league, so hopefully we can pick up some W's here today. Jose Altuve will be leading it off for the Houston Astros, 1-1 to him, and he pops up a slider right down the middle to the third baseman. And that is going to be the first out of the inning. Next up, Michael Brantley, 2-0 to him, high fastball, good timing, but popped up into center field. So 2 straight pop-ups, 2 straight outs. Then we have Yordan Alvarez, 1-2 to him. He's going to swing through a slider. That's strike 3. Good start for Daniel Norris. And on the mound for the Astros will be the former Tiger, Justin Verlander, who's had a very solid season so far. 2.90 ERA, 195 strikeouts. He has been a dominant ace. He will start off his day against Cameron Maber, who is first on the Tigers with 15 stolen bases. Full count to Maven. He's going to get locked up on a beautiful slider down and in. That is the first strikeout. Let's take a look at the Tigers lineup. Astros lineup is the same. I got to point out Yasiel Puig, the 326 average. He has been sensational. Tigers, Cameron Maven. Next up, we'll see Travis Demeritte, Jonathan Scope, CJ Cron, Christian Stewart, Harold Castro, Jordy Mercer as short. They're all-star. Followed by the catcher, Austin Romine, and center field, Jacoby Jones. Now here comes the DH, Travis Demeritte, 2-0 to him. He gets locked up on a changeup down and in as well. 2 beautiful breaking balls by Justin Verlander. And now 1-2 to Jonathan Scope. He's going to swing through the slider. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts for Verlander. So now let's go bottom 2 now. CJ Cron up next, full count to him. And he's looking at a slider down and in as well. That's 4 batters, 4 strikeouts for Verlander. And then Christian Stewart up next. First pitch to him is not a strikeout, but it is grounded to Bregman. He's going to field it, but not having enough time to throw him out. He was playing the shift. So that's going to be a base hit for Stewart. Castro up next. He's going to get rid of that runner, though. 4-6. Not 3 double play, though. Not a double play, as he is just safe for that one. And on this play, Jose Altuve has suffered an injury. It's not really sure what it is, but he will have to go out of the game. Hopefully that's nothing serious. And Aledmys Diaz will come in and play second base for the rest of the day. Jordy Mercer up next. He's going to strike out, as that strikeout 200 on the season for Verlander. He has got 5 already. Top 4 now for the Astros. Michael Brantley leading off. He is going to draw a walk. So that'll bring up Yordan Alvarez. First pitch swinging, getting a fastball to left field, but it's popped up to the left fielder, and that'll be the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up George Springer, 3-1 to him, and he's going to draw a walk as well. So 2 walks for Daniel Norris in the inning. Alex Bregman up next, 2-1 to him, and he's going to line a changeup to the shortstop. Beautiful play, 6-4. Can't get him at first, though, but good play to potentially save a run. So now 2 outs, runners on the corners, and Cray is going to take a fastball. That's going to get down to center field in front of Jones, and the run is going to score anyway as the Astros draw first blood. Yuli up next, 1-0 to him. He's going to pop a fastball up into foul territory, and that's going to end the 4th inning. So the Astros manufacture a run here. Now we go top 5, Yasiel Puig leading off, and he's going to drill one deep to left field. The bat flip that is curving around and gone. Yasiel Puig continues to make an impact. 5th home run of the season, and he's only been in Houston for a month, playing big dividends as a starting right fielder, as that is now a 2-0 lead here for the visiting Astros. Martin Maldonado up next, 2-2 to him. He's going to get locked up on a slider. That's strike 3 for the first out. Norris is 5th on the day. Next up will be Aledmys Diaz, who is now playing the second base. Remember, he's going to line this one to the third baseman, and that'll be an easy second out for the inning. Michael Brantley up next, 0-1 to him. High fastball. He's going to pop it up to the third baseman as Daniel Norris gets out of the inning despite the solo given up. Now a little later into the game, Jordan Zimmerman, the ex-starter and ex-Washington National, is going to come into this one. 4.89 ERA. That's a little high. and he will start off his day against Carlos Correa, who has been absolutely on fire. 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. 1-2 count to him, and he's going to swing through a nasty 12-6. That's the first out of the inning. Yuli's up next, 1-0 to him, and he's going to line a fastball into right field, so that's going to get down in front of Maben for a base hit. That's going to bring up Yasiel Puig once more, 4 count to him. He's going to line this one into the center right gap. That's going to be another base hit for Yasiel Puig, and he is going to get on his high horse, and that is going to score a run. Yuli comes all the way from first base, and that is a triple for Yasiel Puig, his first on the season and his second RBI of the day. Garrett Stubbs is going to come in. He's going to pinch hit for Martin Maldonado since it's now a righty. First pitch to him. He's taking a 12-6 curveball, and he's hitting it deep to right field. It's on the warning track, but that's deep enough, and Yasiel Puig is going to score with ease. It is now a 4-0 Astros lead. Now is up next is Diaz, 2-2 to him, and he's going to take basically the same thing he did earlier, take a slider to the shortstop this time, and that's going to end the 7th. So now we go a little later, bottom 8 now. Austin Pruitt comes in, 4.43 ERA. Just middle relievers kind of struggling in this season for the Astros. Jacoby Jones is going to lead us off, 0-2 to him. He's had 2 groundouts so far. Full count to Jacoby Jones, and he's going to get a pitch he likes, hits it deep to left field. Brantley gives a couple steps, but that ball is gone over the bullpen in left field. Solo shot for Jacoby Jones, his 18th of the season, as that ball traveled 403 feet. So now it's a 4-1 game here for the Astros. The Tigers finally get on the board. So that's going to take us to the top of the order. But before we get there, Joe Smith is going to come in, as Pruitt came in the previous inning, so he has already faced 3 batters. But Joe Smith, we haven't seen him very often this season. Actually, 13 games, 12 and a third innings pitched. But he's got a .73 ERA. But he's going to start off his day by walking Cameron Maben on 4 straight pitches. And then next, Travis Dimmer, he's going to do the same fate. 4 straight pitches. That's 8 straight balls for Joe Smith. And now the tying run is at the plate with Jonathan Scope, but he's going to line it to the shortstop. 6-4-3 double play. That was needed. So now 2 outs of the runner on third for CJ Cron, and he's going to walk as well. So 3 walks for Joe Smith. That's going to do it for his day. You're going to turn it over to Ryan Presley, who has been dominant, 2.34 ERA through 36 games. And he will be called to get the final out. Christian Stewart, 1-0 to him, and he's going to pop this one up deep to center field. But Springer is just going to get underneath this one for a very loud final out. We go top 9 now with the Astros. Alex Bregman leading us off. He's 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch to Bregman is a slider, and it's going to go right to center field, but right at Jacoby Jones for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring us up to Carlos Correa once more, 1-0 to him. He's going to get a slider and basically do the exact same thing, hit deep to center field, a little deeper. But Jacoby Jones gets the second out of the inning. Now you have a Yuli, 3-1 to Yuli, and he's going to take a fastball and hit this one in the gap. That's going to drop in front of the left fielder. And I got a single with 2 outs for the Astros. Yasiel Puig up next, first pitch swinging. He's going to hit this one in the gap. That's another base hit for Yasiel Puig. He's 3 for 4 on the day. And that's going to do it for Zimmerman as Drew Carlton comes into the mound for the Tigers. 6.40 ERA through 45 innings pitched. Not good so far. Stubbs up first. First pitch to him. He's going to hit this one to left center. That ball's going to drop, and Gurriel's going to score on this one, as it's now a 5-1 game here for the Astros, getting that run back that they just gave up. Next up, Diaz 0 for 3 on the day, and he's drilling it right to the left side of the infield. That's going to be the final out of the inning. So now we're going to go bottom 9. Tigers have one more chance to get back into this one. Harold Castro will lead us off. He's 1 for 3 with a single back in the 4th, And he's going to record the first out to Diaz as second. And now we have 2 more outs to go. Jordy Mercer up next. He's first pitch swinging. That ball's right up the middle. That's a base hit. So Tigers not going down easy. And still fighting for something here. And now Austin Romine, 2-0 to him. He's going to hit this one into left field. And that's going to get by Brantley up against the wall. So only a single, as the Rudders do hold Brantley able to get there in time. Jacoby Jones up next. He is going to swing and hit this one to right center. That ball is deep. Puig's going to catch it on the run, and they're not going to test the arm of Puig. So now we're down to the final out here for the Tigers. Cameron Magerman, he's going to swing through it. That's a strike, but the ball gets away from Stubbs, and he is on first base. So this game not over yet despite a strikeout. We have bases loaded. Travis Demeritt up. He's going to hit this one into left field. That ball's going to get down. That's a base hit. One run's going to score, and the second run's going to come around and score. And now it's a 5-3 ball game with the tying run on first base. So that means it's now time for Roberto Osuna to come in and try to get this final out. 2.08 ERA on the season. He would get his 36th save if he can get this out. 3-1 to Scope. Drill it right to Gurriel. He is going to get it, and that is going to do it in this one. A little bit of late inning drama here in Detroit, but the Astros pick up the win as they continue their little hot streak. And they take the first of 4 here in Detroit, so this is a good chance for the Astros to make up some ground if they can win and potentially take this 4-game sweep against the Tigers. Good all-around effort as we take a look at the box score. Win goes to Verlander, loss goes to Norris, and Osuna will get the save. Both teams had 9 hits. The Tigers, though, the Astros were able to manufacture some more runs. Verlander gets the player of the game, 6 innings pitched, only 5 hits given up, and 11 strikeouts. He was dominant against his former squad. So in Game 2, before we get there, Altuve did not have a serious injury. He just strained his bicep. He'll be out for a day or two, but it's good to see that he's okay. Game 2 goes to the Tigers 2-1 in a very low-scoring effort. Kyle Tucker had our only solo shot of the day, and Castro had a solo shot for the Tigers with Jones tripping in, and Michael Fulmer had the dominant performance. Game 3, we win 6-0. Only 4 hits here for the Tigers. Springer, Diaz, and Tucker all went deep for the Astros. And it was Jose Urquidy turning in the stellar performance. Then in Game 4, we do win the series 7-3 here, as Altuve and Bregman went yard, followed by Tucker and Gurriel and Correa having some RBIs. And we were led by Armenteros in this one, giving up 207. So the second half of this episode will be a series against the Chicago White Sox. Zach Greinke on the mound going up against Reynaldo Lopez here at Guaranteed Rate Field against the 64 and 69 Chicago White Sox on the south side. Here's the stats for Reynaldo Lopez. 5.68 ERA. The former Nationals top prospect has not really turned it in here in the majors so far. He's looking to turn around his season. All the Astros are sending out Zach Greinke, who's very familiar with the White Sox from his days with the Royals. 3.46 ERA on the season through 27 starts. A pretty solid numbers for the veteran. Here are the lineups for the squads. Astros is all the same, just substitute Maldonado for Stubbs, while the White Sox will be led by Yoan Moncada, followed by Luis Garcia, All-Star Tim Anderson, Eloy Jimenez, Jose Abreu, Edwin Encarnacion, Zach Collins, Luis Robert, and Nick Madrigal. So a lot of big-name bats for the White Sox, but a lot of cold streaks for them. We'll see if they can snap it. And Altuve on the first batter of the game is going to look at a pitch down the zone for the first strike out. And then Brantley's going to strike out as well for the second out of the inning. So now it's up to Jordan to get something going. 1-2 to him. And he's going to look at a fastball down as well. So 3 strikeouts for Reynaldo Lopez. Can't ask for a better start than that. Let's see what Zach Greinke can do in the top inning. He's going to go up against Yoan Moncada first and lose this one to left center. And it's going to drop in front of the wall but bounce over for a ground rule double. Garcia's up next, and he's going to walk on a full count as well. So Greinke's struggling early on. And now Tim Anderson's up next. He's going to swing on a slider running away from him, though, for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Eloy Jimenez, and he's going to drill this one to the second baseman. 4-6-3 double play. Altuve does not get hurt on this one to end the inning. Top second out, George Springer leading us off. That's a sharp hit ball to the third baseman, Abreu. Or Moncada, he knocks it down, but throws off the line to Abreu. And they're going to call that an error. I think that would be a base hit, but nonetheless, that is an error. Bregman's going to hit a single. That's no doubt a base hit. And now we have runners on first and second for the Astros. Carlos Correa up next. He's going to line this one into left field as well. Runner on second is going to come around and score on this one. So the first run of the day will go to the Astros. And what do you know? Carlos Correa once more. Yuli's going to be up next. He's going to hit this one to the third baseman. He's going to go to that's a 5-3 double play. Don't see that very often. So now 2 outs, runner on second. Yasiel Puig, who's been on fire, but he's going to line this one to the shortstop. That's the end of the second. Now let's see, let's go bottom 2 now. Jose Abreu up. He's going to dribble this one to Gurriel for the first out of the inning. Now what's up next is Edwin Encarnacion, 2-1 to him. He's going to chop this one to the third baseman, Bregman, and that's the second out of the inning. So now Zach Collins up next, 2-0 to him, and he's going to shoot this one to Bregman, who's playing short because of the shift. And Greinke has a very solid first 2 innings of the game, despite the first 2 batters. Top 3 now, Garrett Stubbs leading off for the Astros. He's going to swing and miss, but that ball's going to get away from the catcher of the White Sox this time, and he's going to reach on base thanks to the wild pitch despite striking out. So leadoff man technically on base. Altuve up next, gets a high fastball, pops it into shallow right for the first out of the third. That's going to bring up Michael Brantley, 1-1 to him. But Stubbs is going. He's going to swipe second base pretty easy. The catcher with some speed there. So now runners on second, 1 out. But Brantley's going to strike out anyway on the curve. That's Lopez's 5th strikeout already on the day. So now Yordan Alvarez up next, full count to him. He's not going to strike out. He's going to draw the walk. So that's going to bring up George Springer, 0-1 to him. He gets a high fastball or curveball, excuse me. He's going to hit this one up the middle, and Stubbs is going to score with ease. Alvarez is going to go all the way to third base. So now it's a 2-0 lead for the Astros. Runners on the corners with 2 outs to see if they're not done. Bregman up next, 2-2 to him, and he swings through the slider. The 6th strikeout on the day for Lopez already. That's a pretty solid ratio. So now top 6 a little later in the game. Yordan Alvarez leading off. We just saw him walk back in the third. He has been ice cold recently. 2-2 to him. He gets a high changeup and he blasted to right center. Ice cold no more. That one's deep and gone over the bullpen. His 37th homer of the season. That's RBI number 99 on the season. 1 shy of the century mark. Alvarez hasn't had a hit in the past 4 games. He finally gets a hit here, and it is a big one, a solo shot. So now a 3-0 lead here for the Astros. George Springer up next. He gets a slider and hits it to right field, but that one is popped up, and that's the first out of the inning. Now here comes Bregman, 1-2 to him. He's going to pop this one up 2 behind second base. So 2 straight pop-ups, 2 straight outs, which means Carlos Correa is going to step into the batter's box. Full count to him, 2 outs, and he's going to draw the walk. Fastball close, but not enough to get the out. And that's going to do it here for Ronaldo Lopez. A little bit of an up and down game. But they're going to bring in Zach Putnam, who's made his appearance in 62 games already this season, 84 2/3 innings pitched. But he's got a 4.68 ERA, so not the best numbers despite his use. He has Yuli up first, and Yuli's going to line this one straight at the third baseman, so Putnam comes in and gets his out. Let's go bottom 6 now for the White Sox. They're really trying to get something going here. They have 1 hit so far in this ball game. Zach Greinke's been wheeling and dealing, and here's another ground out thanks to the curveball, as that's going to go us to the top of the order. The Neon Manqueda, who has that only hit, is going to get the second hit of the day as well. That ball's through the shift and all the way to the wall, and Manqueda is going to be rewarded with a 1-out double. So that's another double for him, his 26th on the season. Louis Garcia's up next, and he's going to dribble this one to Altuve at second. He's going to record the second out of the inning. Here comes Tim Anderson, the all-star shortstop, and he's going to get a hit as Bregman knocks it down but can't throw him out, which means the Chicago White Sox are on the board with their first run of the ball game. So 3-1, Eloy Jimenez, the powerful hitter, is going to drill it to the shortstop. That's not a powerful swing. That's a 6-1 now, or 3-1 now after 6. Chaz Rowe is going to come into the game for the White Sox. He was acquired via trade earlier in the season. He has a 4.91 ERA. His day will start up against Yasiel Puig. He's going to take a slider into left field over the head of the third baseman. That's going to get all the way up against the wall, and Yasiel Puig has a lead-off double as he continues to rope the baseball. His 4th double on the season. Garrett Stubbs up next. He's really weight slinging on that 2-seam fastball. I just got too many S's there. And now Altuve's up next. He's looking horrible on the slider. So that's 2 strikeouts for Chaz Rowe. But Brantley up next is going to hit it into right field for a base hit. Yasiel Puig's going to use his speed, and he's going to come all the way home, and the Astros get that run back. It's now a 4-1 ball game. So now Yordan Alvarez, can they do something else? No, he's going to strike out on the slider as well. So Rowe gets all of his outs by the strikeout, but he gave up 1 run. Chris Devinsky's going to come into the game now for the Astros. It's bottom 7. So Greinke goes 6 strong innings, but it's time for the bullpen. Jose Abreu's his first batter, 1-2 to him, and he's going to hit this one to right field, and they're playing the shift, so nobody's going to be able to get to that one, and that's actually going to bounce over the wall for a ground rule double. Edwin Encarnacion up next, 0-2 to him, and he gets a fastball down in the zone and blasts it to left field. Brantley can only watch as that one flies. That ball is gone. 2-run shot for the White Sox. Encarnacion's 20th of the season. And just like that, we have a ball game here. It's now 4-3 Astros, thanks to a swing of the bat by Encarnacion, 397 feet. And he continues to get it done. So next batter will be Zach Collins, 1-0 to him. And he's going to get a pitch and drive it deep to right center. That curveball was hung, and that's gone as well. Back-to-back jacks for the White Sox, 416 feet. His only third home run of the season, but boy, was it a big one. As it is now a 4-4 game. This game is tied. That performance by Greinke just went up in smoke. It don't matter anymore. We're back to a tie ball game. And that's going to do it for Devinsky. Could not get any of his 3 batters out. They're going to turn it over to Alex Reyes, who has not been very good at all since coming over in the trade with the Cardinals. His first batter is Luis Robert, who lines this one to left field. That's a base hit. That's going to be more than one, as Robert's going to use his speed and get all the way to second base with a double. So now first pitch to Nick Madrigal, and he's actually going to take off and swipe third. Not ready for that. We're the Astros at all. That's the ninth stolen base for Luis Robert. And that's going to be a strikeout for Nick Madrigal. So the first out of the inning. He's going to take us to the top of the order. Yohan Moncada once more. And he's going to get another RBI through the gap between third and short. And believe it or not, the White Sox have the lead. It's now 5-4 White Sox. What has happened to this lead? Luis Garcia is going to strike out, though, thanks to the 98-mile-an-hour gas. That's going to bring us to Tim Anderson, 1-1 to him, and he's actually going to get plunked on the thigh, on the back of his leg. And that's going to do it for Alex Reyes. Another middle reliever coming in. Austin Pruitt now, 4.64 ERA. He has been one of the more reliable middle relievers somehow. And he's going to get his out as that's popped up to right field. Yasiel Puig gets that, and this nightmare inning is over. And now the Astros find themselves in a position where they have to get a run back against the closer of the White Sox. Alex Colon, 31 saves on the season. He starts off his performance against Garrett Stubbs. He's going to pop up a cutter literally right behind the plate. And that's one quick out for the Astros. But we got the top of the lineup now. Jose Altuve up next, 0-1 to him. And he's popping this one up just a little bit farther to the third baseman. And that's a quick 2 out. So it's going to be up to Michael Brantley. The first pitch to Brantley is a cutter, and he's going to send this one to center field, but they're playing the shift perfectly. That's the third out of this one, and the Chicago White Sox absolutely steal game 1, thanks to the abysmal middle relief performance of the Astros. Their bullpen just completely blew this one away. Reyes gets his 6th loss of the season. Clone gets save number 32, and Chaz Rowe gets the win. And the player of the game is going to be Edwin Encarnacion, thanks to his 2-run shot that got the White Sox really rolling in that half inning. And Astros, their bullpen just continues to struggle. If there's one weak spot on their team, it's their bullpen. Thankfully, their bullpen doesn't blow this one, as the Astros win this one 6-1, score in 3 pairs of 2, as they went back to Justin Verlander, this one, who struck out 5 and 8 2/3, just couldn't get the complete game though. Send the third and final game of the series, and looks like Aledmys Diaz is going to be gone for the rest of the year. Torn calf, 2 to 3 months. So now we need a new utility infielder, who we'll get to in a second. And the Chicago White Sox win this series 7-3. Abraham Toro and Jose Altuve went yard for us, but Chicago had plenty of people chip in, and Lucas Giolito's dominant performance. So with the need for a utility infielder, we're going to bring up Miles Straw. He's going to join the Major League roster. He actually started the season on the Major League club, but had a bad bat and was sent down. He was actually hitting 197 before he was sent down. But we need someone who can play some positions, and Miles Straw will be that guy. So next episode, or next series, excuse me, we're going to be playing the Miami Marlins for the first time, so that should be interesting. But it's the end of August, which means the next episode will be the August recap. That will be coming to you guys on Monday. Be on the lookout for this one. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below if you want more content, especially more Astros content, as we are on the road to 100 subscribers. Don't forget that. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.